Welcome to this episode of Outback Outdoors. On this hunt, roles are reversed. I'm picking up the camera, and my good friend Chris Callanan, who runs camera for us, will be picking up the bow. On this hunt, we'll be joined by our good friend Wade McCammond, who's going to be back doing the calling using the Montana decoys. We're in pursuit of bull elk in the great state of Wyoming. This archery hunt starts right now.
Outback Outdoors is brought to you by Hoyt. Get serious, get Hoyt. Bugling bull game calls. We call the game. Gold Tip. With smart carbon technology. Spot Hog Archery. The world's toughest archery products. Winner's Choice custom bowstrings. Champion shooters live by them. Hope and Young trophies die by them. Nikon. The trusted name in optics. Hamsky Archery Solutions. Maximize your accuracy. Rage Broadheads, the revolutionary rear-deploying broadhead. S4 Gear, meeting the demands of nature and those that tame it. And Hex, the evolution of concealment.
We're excited to get on this hunt. Chris was one of 9 non-residents to draw the tag for this unit. No sooner did we get off the paved road, and on our right side stands a 5-point bull, real nice, right up out of the sage.
Something like that.
We're driving in this country, and it's not exactly what we'd expect to see when pulling into elk camp. We've got really low sagebrush with small pockets that are a little bit deeper, but for the most part, it's low rolling hills, very little cover. We pulled into camp about 11 o'clock, midday, sun is high in the sky. We're still seeing bulls and cows off in the distance, but we know we got to get camp set up before we get rolling.
Driving in, we saw some elk. It's not your typical elk country. As you can see, it's totally desolate. Sand dunes, sage, and that's about it. But saw some elk coming in, so we got camp set up, and here in a second we're going to go give her a try and see what we can find.
Not 5 minutes after setting up camp, we're on a little spotting knob. Chris puts up the binoculars, and what does he find? A beautiful 6-point bull with his cows, and off to the side are a couple satellite bulls. With Chris and I set up on this little rolling hill with some deep sage, Wade was behind us about 100 yards with the Montana decoy and starts ripping on the cow calls.
If they come right here and look, I gotta show them. If they come up there and look, I gotta show them.
As soon as Wade started calling, we got a response. That herd bull started bugling back, but there was no way we were going to be able to pull him away from his cows. Satellites, on the other hand, they were a different story.
Welcome back to Outback Outdoors. Let's rejoin Chris Callanan and Dave Baronio as they have a close encounter with a satellite bull while bow hunting elk in Wyoming.
That first bull came in at 38 yards. He just stood there looking around. I could have nailed him. And then he worked around. And he came up here to 40. Just stood there.
So man, that was awesome. That was such a cool, such a cool encounter.
That's what it's about.
So tell us what happened. You know, we had the little bulls coming in.
Yes, the first bull, 4x5, come around the side. As the big bull came running up from your side.
So the big bull came up around us from the other side
other
when
side.
we were looking at this.
Right, he came up and he screeched to the top, glanced around, saw the decoy, spun around, and headed back out the silhouette.
Yeah, he might have thought there was some, you know, those other bulls were gonna try to head him off for that hot cow or whatever. But what a cool experience. I mean, that was 38 yards. Could have toasted that
That
thing.
was just perfectly broadside. So
I think Wade's heart was pounding harder than yours, going, is he gonna shoot? Is he
But
gonna shoot?
the challenge being is setting that far back and call. The first inclination I had that anything was actually playing out was I saw that first raghorn set of horns over the sagebrush, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna go. And so anyway, that was very cool.
That was pretty cool. Well, hey, you know, the herd took off one way. The other bulls the smaller bulls went the other way, the satellites, and they're probably going to hook up. Let's head off the mountain and see if we can cut them off since they're moving down the canyon.
See if we
See
can
how
put
it
another
goes.
play on them.
Man, that was really cool. They were so close, and you know, we just got here a few hours ago, set up camp. Makes for a great first midday actually. So we're gonna pack it up, head down, and we're gonna get into them again. Thanks for watching Outback Outdoors. That was an awesome way to start off the hunt. The rest of the hunt would be very similar. Throughout the evening, we had a few other stalks, a few other close calls, but there was no bull that presented the perfect shot.
Holy mackerel, that was close. Dude, he just 73 yards. He come running out, and right as this little lip dipped over, he just stopped like 30 yards short.
I saw his tines coming over the top
Yeah,
again.
if he'd have just kept going like another 20 yards, he'd have been 50. He stopped at 73 broadside, and he was just sitting there looking. And then he turned around and he walked away. You called again, and he turned around and looked again, and then he kind of trotted, gathered his cows, and then when you bugled, that little bull come running out.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he come running out. He was 83 yards, but still he come running out, and then he caught our wind because our wind
That's
was
what
just.
I thought. We had some bad wind.
That was pretty cool though. I mean, two in close stalks on the same herd.
Yeah, what's amazing is I really didn't think that we could all three of us get behind a Montana decoy and cover 500 yards. We did it.
Montana decoy, also a
Shield.
A shield. That was fun though. Oh,
Yeah,
dude, that was a blast. Gosh, just 20 more yards and I'd have let one fly.
The second day started out very much the same as the first. We saw elk all throughout the sagebrush.
Welcome back. Let's rejoin the Outback Outdoors crew as the elk hunting action heats up in the red desert of Wyoming.
Alright, so we got a bull. He's bedded down right over here. We think he's by himself. So we're gonna come around. He's in a ditch. It's probably, I don't know, 5-foot ditch deep. So we're snuck around. Wind's perfect. We're gonna try to stalk him like we would a mule deer. We think he's alone. It's the middle of the day. It's hot. So we're gonna go around, get above the ditch, and work our way down the ditch. And hopefully we can spot some tines or some antlers or something, and just work them like we would a mule deer. I don't know. He might have company, but we don't know, so we're gonna give it a try.
We put on multiple stalks, bulls in the low country, bulls up on the hill, but nothing ever presented itself for a perfect shot. On the third day, first thing in the morning, we spotted those bulls pushing the cows across the skyline. And trailing behind the herd were a number of satellite bulls. Well, as you know, elk can cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time. We had to catch up to these elk if we were going to be able to make a play on them. With nothing but low sage in front of us, we grabbed 2 Montana decoys and used them as shields as 3 of us high-paced it across the prairie to catch up to this herd.
Coming up next week on Outback Outdoors.
It's the first week of June, and I am in a totally new hunting area I've never been to, British Columbia. We're in south central British Columbia in the Purcell Mountains. We're hunting with A-Bar-Z Outfitters. I'm here with Rocky Jacobson and Christy Titus. We're going to go in on a 10-day horseback spot and stalk black bear hunt, and it is going to be unbelievable. It's been a late spring. It's going to be a dream hunt.
Before the break, the Outback Outdoors crew called in a Wyoming bull, and Chris Callanan made a good shot. Let's rejoin the hunt.
It was like 73, and then I ranged it up to 62. So I dropped down and I came up. Saw where he was going, ranged him, bush, 50. Is that what he was, 50? Yeah. So, yeah, that worked out just totally wrong. He hooked onto those decoys, and he just come around. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. So, we'll give him a little bit of time. He's over there laying down. Looks like a good shot. I was expecting him to tip over, but as you can see, he did. He's over there about, I don't know, 250 yards laying down. We can see just his top of his rack. Give him a little bit of time. We'll go over there and hopefully recover him here in a minute.
Well, man, we just recovered the bull. What an exciting day! You know, we had a after he got bumped by a couple other elk that came through. We had a bit of a tracking job, but he was leaving us plenty to go by. You know, plenty of blood, and what a great animal. But it just a testament to the strength and stamina these animals had.
Yeah, we thought we center punched him, and he went, laid down. We thought he was going to expire, and then next thing you know, he gets bumped up, and it was on. So
I was really surprised with such a perfectly placed shot. You know, must have just kind of weaseled its way right through. But
yeah,
no, that was a great hunt, and as you got to see, it was fast and furious and exciting. But we were hunting Wyoming archery bull elk in the Red Desert, and it's flat and open, but we got them to come in. Pulled this nice bull away from the herd, and you got to see what happened. And it's just an awesome thing. We get to share such a great experiences with good friends. You know, my cameraman Chris Callanan, he had the tag in hand, so I was running camera, and our good friend Wade McCammon was on the calls and pulled him right in. So thanks for watching this episode of Outback Outdoors.